How can we cheat and repeat an outfit without our colleagues from work knowing that we're repeating an outfit? Internet creates this like so unrealistic standards of what it is to live a normal life and be a normal person with a normal closet. I don't think in order to be more fashionable we need to complicate our life. I think we just need little tricks stored in our brain. After repeating enables us to leave the house loving what we're wearing without having to go through an existential crisis. But we also know that the fun in fashion comes with experimentation, so how can we make these two worlds collide? So the first super easy way that you can do this is by doing the wrong pair theory. Basically what it means is that you're picking a base, an outfit, you know, bottoms and top, and you're pairing shoes in a bag that don't really match the look of the outfit. It creates contrast, it creates interest, it creates fun, it's unexpected, and it will completely switch the mood of the outfit. So let's say you're wearing a more corporate fit, some suit pants, a button up. You traditionally pair that with maybe a pair of loafers or maybe like just a pair of like office shoes and a more corporate-y bag. But if you were to pair that same base with a colorful pair of shoes, maybe even sneakers, and a bag that you would normally wear to go out to a club at night, like a sequin bag, that would completely change the feel of the outfit, and you're still wearing things you like that you have in your closet. Same applies for if you wore a more sporty outfit one day. You can switch the shirt or layer a shirt on top that is very feminine and chic and elegant, and then instead of sneakers, putting flats. Instead of having your hair in a bun, you can add some bangles, and then the base is going to be the same exact thing, but all the layers on top are gonna make it more casual, cool, chic versus sporty. I know this feels like so basic, but what I want you guys to take from this video is like these little mind frames that when you're getting dressed and you are in a rush and you are having that existential crisis, you can think about, oh, I loved when I wore these pants last week, but I wonder how I could wear them in a different way, because right now my brain is tired and I can only picture the same exact outfit I was wearing. These little voices can like pop out of your shoulder and be like, oh, do this, do that. Same with the dress. I think our natural way to pairing a dress is to add some feminine dainty shoes and maybe some little necklace. I love pairing a dress with a baseball cap and some colorful socks and sneakers, and it's gonna look so different. Basically, you just are gonna pick a base and then pick the shoes and the bag or the accessories that feels the most not matchy as possible. Now, something I've been repeating in my outfits for the past 3 or 4 years is my Ana Luisa jewelry, so thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. As you know, I'm super picky about the brands that I buy from firsthand, and to me, Ana Luisa is really the best brand for this type of dainty, classic, minimalistic jewelry, both for their price point and for their sustainability as a company. I feel like Ana Luisa is right in the middle group. The pieces are not expensive and they will last forever. I've worn these earrings to the shower, to the beach, to the pool. I never take them off for months and months and months on end, and they still look like new. They're both carbon neutral and climate neutral certified. They offer 2-year warranty for the pieces, so they are the perfect gift for you or for a loved one. I've gifted Ana Luisa pieces to my mom, to my aunt. Plus, to me, all of their pieces go so well together, so once you have a few, you have unlimited stacking possibilities. So if you want to treat yourself to some jewelry pieces that are timeless, that will always be in style, that go with literally everything that you wear, items you might one day even pass to your grandkids. Shop up to 25% off with items starting at $50 and send me a photo when you're rocking them. Get yours from my link below before they run out of stock. And now back to the video. Formula number 2 is DIYing the clothes. So let's say you wore a t-shirt and jeans last week. There are so many ways to DIY a shirt, and I am not a pro at this, but there's this Portuguese TikToker called Teresa Mata, and she has like a styling studio, and she is so creative. She will turn one long sleeve into literally 100 million different tops. So I'll include a few sneak peeks of that here. It's so funny that we are so, and I'm talking about myself too, we've become so lazy and non-creative when it comes to the things we buy, and sometimes we end up buying a lot of versions of a thing and we don't even remember that we could actually DIY it. No, we're not thinking outside the box. We think that we are, because the world has so many more options and there's so much knowledge out there, but then when we sit down and we look at what we're doing, we're thinking really, really basic. Pick a shirt, add a pin to it, make it be asymmetric. I love doing this. I do it all the time. Pick a scrunchie, put it on top of the t-shirt, do a little knot, also adds a bunch of interest. Pin a skirt, I also love doing this. I used to do something in middle school that now I look back and I'm like, that was so cool, which is I really wanted a red white sweater and I didn't have one. But I had like a Christmas sweater that I think was like from when my mom was my age or something, and it had like very ugly doodles. And so what I did was I cut the tag of the shirt and I flipped it inside out, and I just would tell everyone that the shirt was actually supposed to be like this. And sure, I shouldn't have lied, but I just wasn't secure enough in myself to be like, I just wear like this because it has ugly doodles, and if it's gonna be the same result, why wouldn't I? So honestly, I'd recommend you do that as well. And this is really a matter of practice, and I think a lot of us underestimate how much we can grow our brain by starting to do something different. And what I mean by that is, right now, you might think that you're not a creative person and that you're not the type of person that comes up with those funky ideas. But the truth is, if you take 10 minutes one day to think about a weird way you can wear an item, I promise you next time it's going to be way easier. Your brain really does learn, and the more like little connections you form in your brain cells, the more connections start to be formed, and it's like a snowball effect. So if you train your brain a little bit, it'll be harder in the beginning, but you are just as capable as anybody else that you see online to being creative and to using things in different ways. Also, just want to say that even though this video is all about repeating outfits without people noticing they're repeating an outfit, I do like copy paste completely fully repeat outfits, not using these formulas all the time, and that's totally normal and natural and okay. And sure, I wouldn't repeat an outfit like 2 days in a row, but I would totally repeat an outfit like Monday, Friday. Now, this one is again going to sound very basic, but I don't care if the concepts sound basic. Truth is, most of us are not applying them regardless, so being basic is not a bad thing. We just need to start applying them, which is to use the outfit that you wore last week that you love as a outer layer and try to add other pieces underneath that layer. If you wear a top, you could pair another top with a different cleavage underneath. If you had a skirt, you can add some pants underneath. If you had a long skirt that is kind of see-through, you could add a mini skirt underneath. If you had a basic long sleeve, adding another long sleeve underneath, or adding a longer shirt that maybe is lacy or has some sort of pattern underneath the shirt you were wearing. We all put these fashion influencers in pedestals, and when we see an outfit that has a bunch of layering, we can't even like deconstruct the layers or like in our brains understand how they got to that final result. But the thing is, if those people went into our closets, they would find such cool ways to pair things. The difference is we are not giving ourselves enough time to actually do that experimentation, and we want combinations to feel super natural and quick to us. So especially when it comes to summer tops, I'm guessing there are so many different combinations of 2 tops you could do that is still cool and flowy and doesn't feel like you're a stuffed potato, but that looks very nice and elevated. Even if you wore a dress, you could pair a t-shirt underneath, pants underneath. Formula 4 is to overcomplicate it to make it more maximalist. I think, sure, not everyone loves a maximalist outfit, but there's elegant ways to maximize an outfit. To maximize an outfit, you don't need to have 3 different color pops and a bunch of under layers. It could be layering a couple dainty necklaces. It could be adding like a chic lace shirt or skirt. It could be rolling up or scrunching your sleeve and having a tight shirt that you have underneath kind of peeking through. Basically, anytime that an outfit doesn't look like just a bottom and a top, you're getting closer to that more put together look. I've been loving to use textured socks, so like lace socks or very thick wool socks, to also make it more intentional and show that I just didn't put a regular, normal, everyday pair of sock with it. Pairing 2 collared shirts might also be very interesting. Of course, this can be used as the opposite. If you had an outfit that had a bunch of layers, you could just remove 1 or 2 layers from there. Again, this sounds basic, but I'm guessing 80% of us are not doing it. Most times, to achieve a goal or a result, we do not need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to actually do what everybody's telling us to do, instead of thinking that that's too simple and won't work, or being lazy. And last but not least, the opposite of Formula 3, you're gonna use your outfit as a base. Think of your outfit as the pizza crust with the tomato sauce, and as if all the ingredients are missing. Even if you're like, but no ingredient is missing. I don't wanna overcomplicate it. I don't like maximalist stuff. I don't wanna look weird. Honestly, this formula is very similar to the last one. But what I'm saying is like here, you're actually just adding things on top. Yeah, I think they're the same. I think I can combine Formula 4 and 5. It's pretty much the same. It could be a half-zipped track jacket underneath another jacket, a thin knit that's like draped over your shirt, a cropped jacket that cuts the outfit's proportion. So let's say you have a top that goes below your waist and you wear a jacket that's like cropped on your waist. That's very cool because I feel like usually when we have a cropped shirt, we always wear a cropped jacket with it. Adding a scarf on your waist, a vest on top of a top. It's so interesting how we have these preconceived ideas of how an item should be styled, because if you think about vests, at least every time I think about a vest, I see it as a layering piece. But you could wear a vest on its own, and a regular top could be a layering piece, but we don't instantly think of it that way. So with that said, that is all for today. I really hope you guys liked the video, and please do let me know how much your outfit repeat down below. Make sure to check out Ana Luisa with the link in the description box and get up to 25% off. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!